I am tired. Fucking, oh my goodness. And when I tell y'all, I genuinely am just like not looking forward to basically like surmounting the 2 days left in this week. I mean that. I was like, tomorrow I'm just like not. I'm worried about for personal off-stream reasons, and then fucking Friday is my last day at my current job, so you know, like, you know, I'm gonna say bye to everyone. I'm just worried. Try not to make too much of a fuss about it. I was literally thinking, I was like, fucking, you know, no one's dying. I think I even said on stream before, it's like, I'll still be working for the same company. So. Oh my goodness. I even gotta work early today. And I'm still very eepy. Very, very eepy. I didn't go to sleep early on Tuesday. And I tried to last night, and I mean, I guess, you know. Only really so much you can do when you still gotta get up early. Go into work. Move a bunch of heavy stuff around. Not really gonna beat that unless you're getting a good chunk of sleep. I was literally thinking like not too long ago, because I know the doctor recommended amount of sleep is 8 hours, but I often find myself being most rested after a nice 10-hour sleep. You know, if I fall, like, if I'm going to bed at 11, I will feel rested and ready for a new day getting up at 9. So I don't know if that's just doctor recommended, because if they start telling people to get like 10 or more hours of sleep in, it's just like, well, fucking no one's gonna, everyone's gonna be trying to focus on getting that much sleep in. No one's gonna go to business or do anything. Let us start doing art as I yap. Because, like, the other thing is water, right? I mean, lots of jobs have water coolers, but still, I would say that, like, fucking, especially when you're a bigger guy like me, you need a lot of water to keep going. And
Yippers!
art? More like fart. I've had cheese. Stealth will not be hanging out for this stream. Not because he doesn't feel like being on a stream, or because he doesn't feel like hanging out with me, or just because he's doing an activity. Well, he is doing an activity. He's shitting himself. Because he's had cheese. That is the specific and singular reason why Stealth is indisposed this Wednesday night.
Live from the toilet.
Shitting myself. I don't know if you were seconds away from popping in, or if I have tricked you with my clever ruse to hang out with me, but either way, I do know that you are on the toilet no matter what. So what is that? I'm gonna turn the music down some. I worry Mario is too loud. Stealth, do you ever get mad when you're like going through some memes and there's one where it's like it just like screams at you basically? Do you know what I'm talking about, or no? Have you not had that experience?
I've had similar experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I think there should be a decibel limit on fucking on shitpost. New law. No censoring the internet otherwise. Just specifically, please don't make it so loud. I'm sensitive. How has your day been, Stealth? Are you also trying to just like please let it be football already? Would that be an accurate statement?
This week has been so draining.
I feel that. Honestly, last week was worse for me, if I'm being real. But fucking, like, we're still, you know, it's still kind of a week like that. You know, I'm going into work and shit like that, so I can't pretend like I'm relaxing. So. Ugh. And then next week I start my new job, which is pretty cool, but also, like, I'm tired. That's not... the new job will be good for some things. It won't totally solve being tired.
Or world hunger.
No, it won't solve that either. You know what? I gotta be so real with you, Stealth. You are absolutely right. Fucking... me having a new job will not single-handedly solve world hunger. I hate to report this. I have to drop...
I'm just surprised I came to this realization.
Yeah, you are in the business of not knowing things, isn't that? As far as I'm aware, so... What was I just thinking of? Man, I will be happy when the brothers beat Wukong, specifically because I always need reference on how to draw him, and he's by far one of the more complicated character designs in this fucking in the series so far. So it's kind of weird because I had that one fucking ambassador guy, and he was wearing like a bunch of fancy clothes and stuff like that, but Wukong is just harder for me. I don't know why or how. Stealth, do you think you could draw a monkey?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you name him?
Bobo.
Yeah! There was a period where Nintendo seemed very enthralled by monkeys, and I think part of the reason why they've kind of done some whack shit recently is because they aren't embracing the monkeys anymore. So we need to get that back.
They
ASAP.
fall further and further away from the light.
Accurate. You know, I would like to have like a close experience with like one of those very small monkeys, because when I try to think about monkeys, I'm really thinking about apes and like big chimps and stuff like that, and those things are fucking terrifying. So, you know, I probably wouldn't hang out with those guys one-on-one. I have to be real. Hey, Stealth, let me ask you something, because I was thinking about this today. What is the largest animal you can largest wild animal you can confidently say lives near you / in Texas? I know Texas is big.
Confidently say?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what's near me?
So, like, I know Texas is a very big place, so, like, not all of Texas is, like, near you. But just, like, if you were to go to, like, the nearest section of wilderness, just, like, not a straight-up city or town, but just, like, you know, decently rural place, and you were hanging out there for a while, what's, like, the biggest thing you would worry about coming your way?
Coyotes or hogs.
Gotcha. I think I was thinking about this earlier today because I put it in Pig's Discord. It's like there's a lot of deer in Jersey, but I think there are bears in New Jersey, and let's see, black bears are native to New Jersey and have been sighted in all 21 counties. So yes, we do have black bears here. That being said, as far as bear goes, black bears.
You're saying reasonably encountered though, like sort of limits where I would go with that.
That is fair. Like, I've never personally seen a black bear around here, but like that would be, if I was like hanging out in the woods for extended time, that would be the big thing. That would be like, well, it would be bad if I saw one of these wandering around right now. If I was hanging out in the woods of New Jersey and like a mountain lion showed up, I was like, am I being pranked right now? Like, you know, it's like, yeah, technically any animal could show up, but some of them would probably take more setup from outside sources than others, so. There's like we got these big black snakes in Jersey, which I have seen a couple times, but I was about to say black bears, as far as bear goes, with some of the least impressive, very small, very not into killing people, and also those snakes are not non-venomous, so they'll bite you and they'll be nasty, but you're not gonna like need anti-venom very quickly. No. I like nature. Nature is fun. I've definitely asked you about the beach before, and I definitely know that you do not live super close to the beach, so.
No, like an hour away.
Okay, actually that's probably closer. Well, I say that. We like go to a specific beach in Jersey that is a good drive from here. I'm sure if I like beelined it to the ocean from here, an hour or so would probably be about right. Maybe. I do live closer to Philly than anything. But
the thing about our beaches though, and like Southeast Texas, is that they're complete dog shit and the water is disgusting.
Gotcha. How is it disgusting? Describe it to me.
It's just murky and like, forgive my color blindness, but it's kind of like a brown green in my spectrum, so I don't know what exactly that is, but it does look gross.
I mean, from just based on what you're saying, it sounds like to some degree color blindness just doesn't help with the ocean, because you look at it and it's like, well, that's not a pleasant color. But I mean, I can believe it. Fucking, because you live on like the Gulf side and stuff like that, right? You're not. Go on.
Yeah.
But just so you know, I mean, Jersey.
I think it has to do with like all the with like what comes down from the Mississippi that like impacts their like what our beaches look like. But
gotcha. I could see that.
But I will say Crystal Beach, not crystal clear.
No, Jersey's water is typically pretty like dark and stuff, but I think for the most part our beaches are nice. It's just that like I said, the water. I wouldn't say green or what have you. Like, it's just that like you go out into the water, there's not like shit in it in terms of like, you know, murk. It's usually like sand and what have you. You know, like just getting stirred up by the waves and stuff. So it's just not, you know, it's not that super blue of Caribbean or stuff like that. But all in all, I like the beaches. There's plenty of times I prefer Jersey beaches over just like more tropical ones, because Jersey beaches have like really smooth sand. Like you go to some places and like it's partly like rocks and what have you. It's like, this is uncomfortable. But Jersey's got some fine grit naturally occurring in its beaches. So I have.
What about Starbelly Sneeches?
No, Jersey frowns upon fucking racism, so you know.
Oh, couldn't be Texas.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Everyone knows. You know, as much as
Oh my god, the star on the Texas flag is
is from the
sneeches.
Sneeches. It explains so much. As much as Texas deserves the shit it gets sometimes, just with, you know, some of the people in charge there, fucking. I also feel like Texas
But
is like.
they deserve it.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Not the regular people.
No, yes. I mean, fucking, I'm always about that. If anyone needs to tell me that, if anyone needs to know that I'm always blaming the people in charge more so than general populace, then, like, yes. Is always what I am doing. But it also, Texas also doesn't deserve some of, like, the flack it gets, because to some degree I feel like the Texas, some people see it as just like, oh, that's the South, and, like, not... Texas is kind of by itself culturally. The American South is just somewhat separate. Similar, but separate.
It's kind of like split. It's kind of like split into three. Like there's Texas, the Deep South, and then Florida.
Yeah, that's the wider American South in modern day would be Texas, Florida, and then the South. So like, you know. Texas
Louisiana also has like a culture all to its own.
Well, that's just like that's the swamp and the bayou and France and stuff like that. But like, I would still throw that in because, you know, it's still very influenced by other American South stuff like that. So, but what was I just thinking of? Yeah, no, it's not like Texas is. I mean, no place is, but it's not like Texas is innocent of a bunch of stuff, but still, like, I'm sure there's people associated with plenty of things, and it's like, no, that's like Alabama and Missouri and shit. That's not Texas, so. Texas does whatever. Texas does whatever it feels like. It's just that historically, its leaders have not felt like doing always the smartest things. Texas, you deserve better. That's why I'm running for no office. I can't run for office, so. You know how easily they would pull clips of me online and or any piece of art I've ever made and say, do you really want him running the place? And it's like, well, that's not indicative of me being like a serious person and my approach on policies and stuff, but you don't care about that. So. If elected president of Texas, I will run the Sneeches out of town.
Okay, well, there's like fundamentally two things wrong with what you've just said.
What's that?
That one, there's no president, and two, the Sneeches are your voters.
Fucking. Are you Stealth? Are you a fucking Sneech? And did you not realize it until 5 minutes ago?
No, what are you talking about?
The way you just talked is like, well, it's not that the Sneeches just found Texas and live here. It's that everyone in Texas is a Sneech. Is the
yeah, but look, I ain't no Sneech.
I'm going to hurt you. That's all I can respond. Sometimes when I'm talking to my friends, that's all I can respond with is, I'm going to hurt you. Physical violence is approaching. I almost feel like, you know, that's something I kind of want to incorporate in writing Alex and stuff like that. It's like, I recognize that there is an intelligent solution to this. Alternatively, though, you have made me very upset. So, I think violence would be acceptable. Hi, Pig. I am a healer, but... And then, you know. Sabs.
I am a healer, but you're also in this.
I am a healer, but I should have been Mercy. And then everyone's just damaged because they remember Overwatch. I
Should have been any support.
I'm gonna be honest. One, I think Overwatch, before I even stopped playing, kind of suffered from a problem of like, I feel like they abandoned the idea of like superheroes too quickly, and just was like, tech people with guns. And I don't know how to tell you this, Blizzard. That's every shooter ever. I'm like, just literally. And then two.
You guys were the hero shooter. How did you forget the first part?
I know. And then two, I haven't done like a fucking academic breakdown of this because I'm not that in bed, and people are enjoying Overwatch again, so like I'm not gonna ruin their fun. But like the batch of new heroes they put out.
You heard? There is a cat.
There is a cat. It doesn't look good. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. The cat doesn't look good. It's a cat on a. That's a drone. First off, I don't want to think about drones ever, especially not while I'm trying to play a cat in a game. But yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I feel like, I don't know what it is, but I really, and I think I said this on stream at one point before, but I think, to me, it almost seems like the new heroes they released to be like, oh my lord, Rivals is kicking our ass. Like, they don't really, I don't think they fit very well with the old heroes, just aesthetically. They look pretty good. They released like a Welsh guy before Rivals came out, and he definitely didn't have a great design. He was like fucking Bane if he got into punk rock and had a bunch of crystals sticking out of him, which is nothing. And he was Welsh. And fucking, that's nothing. So
you can't spell Welsh shit without Welsh.
It's Overwatch is famous for, if nothing else, like people milking their characters for content. Definitely NSFW, but still just in general. And I've seen one thing of him since he released ever. So, and that was a year. That was like a year after the fact into the Rivals shenanigans. So.
I'm in full stream of consciousness mode, I've realized, because I just woke up.
No, you're good. You didn't have to join. I thought you were on the toilet shitting yourself because of cheese.
Yeah. Well, I was /am.
Oh, okay. You woke up.
And also, I just woke up.
Ate a block of cheese.
I woke up eating the shit.
That's fair. Of reasons to wake up, that's a pretty good one actually. So, one of the few things above it, defending yourself from a predator. So, oh my lord, I'm not like about to like shout at this channel or anything. But fucking, going into work today, I watched a video because I'm gonna be honest, I'm once again sinking into Monster Hunter because I mean, I haven't really stopped playing Monster Hunter.
Series.
Yeah, it is, and you know what? I'll say it. I'm gonna be brave right now. Even Wilds is good. I know. It's controversial. But
okay, saying Wilds is good. It's not controversial because like that's kind of, it's a Monster Hunter game. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It just now people will disagree with you on whether it's great or not.
I think I feel like the thing you have to beat first is Monster Hunter 1 and 2 and like the Freedom game, you know, those first batch of games, because like they are good in their Monster Hunter, but they are also the most basic form of it, and the grind is insane. Yeah. And then you have to beat Gens 3 and 4, which arguably bit harder. That's the Monster Hunter a lot of people fell in love with, for good reason. Lots of monsters, lots of cool stuff. It still had a lot of the clunkiness from the original from that original batch of games, but in a good way. So, and then you got like World and Stories, not Stories. I mean, yes, Stories, but that's not like a core game. I meant Rise. Personally, and some people, this is what people actually crucified me for. Having gone through the story of World, I like how Wilds did theirs more, but fucking, I mean,
disgusting.
Yeah, you can say that. Okay, Stealth.
And
Do me no. Just go Stealth, just go do me a favor real quick, Stealth. Just go listen to Handler for like a bit. Stealth, could you do me a favor and go listen to Handler? Just for like, I don't know, 15 hours or something like that. Could you do that for me, please?
I have repeatedly. I don't... Controversial statement, don't thunder as annoying as Nata.
That is controversial, because Nata is not near... Like, he's a fucking kid, and he does, you know... He does definitely, like, logically dumb stuff in the story, but... That's when he's with us in cutscenes, as opposed to always ever when we're on a hunt. So... that's my response to that. But anyway, back to it. Wilds and World are pretty similar in a lot of ways, if we're being honest. Which is one reason I'm waiting for Wilds DLC for more stuff, because a lot of people are like, yeah, Iceport fucking ruled and did a lot for World, so we'll see about that with Wilds. Anyway, going into work today, I did watch a video about Devil Joe, if he was in Jurassic Park, and not surprisingly, it killed a lot. It killed everything, actually. Well, that's not fair. It killed all the big things, which was then a problem for Devil Joe, because he could not catch anything else, so... Devil Joe is fast, but he's not like a squirrel or a bird. He can't catch those, so... Then it's just pterodactyls and raptors on the island, and Devil Joe starves to death. Whoopsie.
Yeah, dude's kind of thwarted by his own hunger.
Yes. Fucking, I mean... he's a being of, like... unironically, of the monsters in Monster Hunter, Devil Joe, I don't even think is that outlandish of, like, an animal. Like, a realistic animal.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a T-Rex on steroids.
Yeah. Outside of, like, Dragon Element, obviously, but I shouldn't have to say that.
Yeah. The steroids also give him, magic fire.
That being said, like, if he was real, monster would be the applicable word, because he's like 40 feet of just raw fucking muscle, and he tears through everything with insatiable hunger in order to keep that up, so, like, yeah. There's a reason why people at Monster Hunter are afraid of him. But we love our Pickle Joe. Yeah. Maybe this is also a controversial statement. Of the 3 different invading monsters, Devil Joe's probably my favorite. Because...
That's not a controversial statement.
I want to make sure. Because fucking Rajang pulls some real bullshit sometimes. Just in terms of things he can do. And Basil Juice likes to fly and just throw explosive at you. And that just has me like, get down here already!
Yeah, a lot of people like Rajang too, and significantly less people like Basil Goose. But the people who like Rajang are gonna look at people who like Devil Joe and be like, yeah, we get it.
If anything, there's just...
Some people like King Kong, some people like Godzilla.
I do like Godzilla. God, I mean, I've said this on stream before, and if you disagree with this, you're like there's so few media opinions I would be like, this is objectively wrong, like, on a serious level. One of the few I would say that about is King Kong versus Godzilla. If you think in any scenario outside of one specifically set up to be that King Kong would ever have any chance against any version of Godzilla, literally any version, you are huffing chemicals. King Kong in like...
Okay, but what if he had the Kong punch?
Fucking... It would bruise Godzilla's shin. King Kong is like 1/10 the size of Godzilla at Godzilla's shortest and Kong's tallest. Like, in their respective movies. They have to alter the sizes of both to get them standing next to each other. And King Kong has no options outside of punching. Meanwhile, Godzilla leaks death when he steps forward and breathes it.
Okay, but that Kong has a funny face.
Well, okay. I didn't say anything about King Kong or Lanky Kong against Godzilla. That's different.
Oh, Funky Kong versus Godzilla. FL, please.
Fucking that would. I mean that would just be a actual Godzilla movie because it fucking. Funky
yeah!
Kong,
Alright!
Funky Kong's got the military, so he'd probably still lose.
He's got the Flame Runner from Mario Kart Wii and just starts stunning on
Okay,
Godzilla.
well if we bring in Mario Kart to it, that would now it'd just be cool. But so I'm thinking like 64 and later Funky Kong where he's like, I'm really into the Second Amendment now. Why am I? Is this just my preview? It is. Okay. I just noticed my preview going from like 720 to 160p. And like, I'm already a little self-conscious I stream at 720. I don't need motherfuckers talking and coming in here and being like, you stream at 160? And I was like, I don't know what's happening.
And not intentionally.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
happening?
But anyway, yeah, so. I mean, I don't know what monsters will be returning. I would like lots of new monsters in Wild DLC, but I think Devil Joe should be non-negotiable for the DLC. He would fit that game perfectly. Especially because, like, the Forbidden Lands are meant to be connected to the main Monster Hunter continent. Devil Joe had to cross an ocean to get to the New World. And we all know how we did that. Yeah. But it should be much more reasonable to be like, oh, fucking... Obviously he's here. He walked here. We fucking walked over here. Big desert. I know the map of Monster Hunter...
Sounds on the morning job.
Yeah. I know the map of Monster Hunter is pretty loose, but I like to think that, you know, like, the Forbidden Lands are across the desert from, like, you know, through, what was I thinking of? Not three. Because there's like 3 different deserts, and they're all just, like, desert. And I'm like, okay. But there's one in, like, Generations, and it's, like, the dunes, and it's, like, just a giant sea of sand for most of it. So that's what I'm thinking of. Cross that. You find the Forbidden Lands. Why were they forbidden? I don't know. Some weird stuff over there. Some people over there.
Oh?
Yeah. Stealth, you hate one of them.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you remind me of that?
Because you brought him up. Okay, I will say this.
It was the first choice he's ever made. He's just like me. Shut the fuck up. He's a murderous monster. He's not like you.
Anyway. Stealth, you need to calm down. This child found out about murder last week. Alright. Anyway, I was going to say, I do like a lot of the cast in Monster Hunter Wilds. Granted, a good number of them are just returning characters that now have proper names for some reason. But none of them are as cool as the Huntsman. The Huntsman fucking rules. That's fucking... How can I get more of him immediately? I beg of you, Capcom. More Huntsman. More guy in old Rathian armor beating up Elder Dragons, please. Also, relatedly, fucking, I watched Penny Snapcube play through the new Resident Evil. I think I can actually say now I'm a fan of Leon Kennedy. He's a cool guy. Leon! Yeah, someone was even like, play the original RE4, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I don't have anything against it per se, but of the 2 options I have, I want the one that's not like almost cartoonishly goofy at certain points, because there is a scene.
Play Boogie Resident Evil 4.
What's that?
Ow, that's a lot of lightning.
Who are you fighting right now?
No, look, Chris.
Oh. Yeah, I need to get... I'm probably... Sometime... I will be trying to return this weekend, and I'll be doing solo stuff, but just to make, like, gear and what have you. And practice my skills again in Wilds. Yeah. But no, like, there's what it comes down to, because in a lot of ways it is very much the same, and like, you know, like it's kind of a slightly cheesy action horror flick, no matter which way you slice it. But it comes down to the fact that in Resident Evil 4, the original, there is a scene. Okay. I was like, how should I frame this? In Resident Evil 4, the remake, there is a scene where some stuff happens. Ashley starts not feeling well. Leon's worried about her, and they get separated because of like some monsters and stuff like that, right? Like just kind of big waves of goons separate them, and Ashley's like, okay, I gotta find my way back to Leon, right? In the original, what happens is Ashley starts coughing because she's sick with the parasite. Leon is like, what's wrong? Ashley says, get away from me. She runs directly into a wall where claws come out, and then the wall turns around like a Scooby-Doo trap, taking her away from Leon for a segment of the game. So, like, that's like one of the reasons I would probably play remake and not original, if I had to pinpoint it. There is an amount of cheese in Resident Evil where I'm like, too much cheese, please. There won't be any pasta left.
No, I live on that.
I like cheese, but if I wanted just cheese, I'd eat a block of it.
And I do.
Regularly. I'm gonna change his mouth. Yeah, that's fine. What was I just thinking of? But yeah, so... You know, Leon's cool. I'll get the Resident Evil 4 remake and replay 2 and that. What was that? Also, someone told me that apparently Resident Evil 0 is really good. So, I'll probably... I was looking at that. That and another old game were like $15. So I might snatch those up at some point soon. Because I'll tell you one thing. Always good to have more games on my GameCube I got for free, which I'm always very happy with. I love making my free acquisition even more worth it with stuff I pay for. But I just like Resident Evil on the GameCube. It was a good game. So if I asked you before, what's your favorite horror game?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because, like, a lot of horror games, I think I've said this before, I like mostly watching people play them rather than playing them myself.
That's fair.
So, I don't know that I have that much user experience to say, oh, this is my favorite.
Oh my goodness, Stealth. I just realized, I'll talk about this right now. Not to dox myself for buying even more stuff, but I did buy Reanimal when I got home. Because like, I would like to play this with Stealth at some point in the nearest future, so... I look forward to that.
I mean...
Oh, go on.
I don't know if you have, like, any commitments, like, next week, but I know for a fact that I don't have trial next week.
Gotcha. So, my problem is I do got... Yeah. My only problem is that, like, I have on Saturday that week, I was thinking of. I have plans for someone's birthday, but if you want to do it on one of my regular weekday stream dates and what have you, or on Sunday even that day, because I'm looking forward to it, so I'd be down doing it on a Sunday. Then you let me know. I don't know how much time you want to allot to that, because if we do it on a weekday, that's probably like we probably have like 3 hours for one sesh of Reanimal. I imagine it's not that long of a game, but still, yeah. So. Stealth was like, oh my gosh, Cahill, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, but tell me if this is the dumbest idea you've ever heard, but would you like to stream a game with me, your friend? And then I wept silently at work, so. Like, yay! Friendship! Yeah, I don't know anything about it. And I've watched a lot of Little Nightmares, but I've never played any myself, so. Also, Stealth, do you know, is this by, like, it's from the studio that did Little Nightmares. But weren't the original devs of Little Nightmares not involved with that series anymore for, like, the third one?
I do not know.
You do not know that? I listen. I keep track of these things. Weird reason. Lord, I was not to get on bullshit about like liking things stylistically and what have you, but I was speaking of like creators leaving like their famous projects. I was literally in a Discord the other day begging. It's just like if you stream or if anyone plays Metal Gear Solid 3, please just do any version of Subsistence, not the remake. In part, just because I don't like looking at photorealistic Snake. I like the polygons of original. I think the original looks great, and Kojima was there when it was made. Kojima was not there when the remake was made. He got divorced, so like play the pre-divorce games. I would honestly, I'd love to make an indie game like Metal Gear Solid 3 in kind of that.
It looks like.
Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry. It looks like if we like do it Monday, Wednesday, we probably finish it.
Monday through Wednesday, or are you saying like specifically?
Monday, Wednesday.
Monday, Wednesday.
Like not Monday through Wednesday.
Gotcha. So just like two. So you would want to do one session of Reanimal on Monday and then one on Wednesday.
Yeah, I would. I mean, like I would have liked to do Tuesday, but you know.
Oh yeah, you have
Tuesday,
other friend plans. That's fine by me.
The weekly Baldur's Gate.
I am down. So, boy, that game is long. One day, I need to. I need to work on my writing for a lot of reasons, among which is, be my own boss, so I can just play Baldur's Gate for a while. I think that would be best. That is the primary method by which I will play that. I mean, it'd probably help if/when I have my own place, because like I've famously talked about, like just I feel like I don't typically get a lot of extended periods of time with no interruptions, no matter what's going on. So, fucking having my own place would help guarantee that, so I can be like, I can focus on very long video game now.
Video games.
Video games. Yeah, I like that my hobbies are, like, you know, my not work activities are art and games, but splitting it between the two means that a lot of times, you know, I don't have enough time for one as opposed to the other. And I do try to make that video games. Not to be rude to video games, I love them, but if I'm just only doing that a lot, then not great. I'd argue I spend plenty of time on video games, as is. Just not like one Baldur's Gate worth of time. That's one reason I like Monster. That's more than anything else. And I would convey this to Capcom. That's why I would warn away from Monster Hunter being like a straight up story game. Like, granted, even with the way they've been doing World and Wilds, you know, once you're through the main story, it's just like, yep, just do quests, all good. But, like, you know, warding away from that any further, because Monster Hunter being a game where it's like, yep, I'm just gonna log in, hunt one or two guys, and I played Monster Hunter. It's not like, okay, what was the chapter I was on, what was happening then, yada yada yada. So
Nata.
I mean, you know, for saying you don't like him, you're bringing him up a lot, so that's not me. You know what I think, Stealth? I think that you don't like that there's someone out there holding up a mirror to your endless need of conquest and validation through the blood of animals. You know? I think that's it. And not that it's a video game. Not that it's a video game character you find annoying. You know, and I'm not like saying anything serious here. I just think it's funny because it did just occur to me. You've said before, Stealth, like, I take games more seriously than you, yeah, because, you know, you like to a win at an online game, a Rivals, a MOBA, what have you, a good amount.
Correct.
And you would even say that if you don't win, then you haven't had a good time at all. But fucking what was I thinking of?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that can't apply to 100% of scenarios because you can't expect to win 100% of the time.
Yeah, but you would say to the majority, you would say majority, you're having a good time specifically if you are winning, and the concept of having a good time if you are losing, it has not, and
harder to attain.
Yeah. But anyway, you say this, and you say that, like, I do not take games as seriously as you as a result, and yet I'm the one who's like, well, it would be really cool if I did Savage Planetus Omega solo. So maybe
I just don't like my friends hurting themselves.
Fucking, I could say the same to you. You sound like you're gonna pop a vein every time we're playing an online game.
Haven't yet though.
What's that?
That happened yet though.
No. What was I thinking of? Fucking, I think part of it is like, okay, Stealth, when I say I would like to solo Savage Planetes Omega, what's the first issue in your mind you run into as I, like, charge in and try fighting it by myself?
Oh, he only has one target and he's just gonna spam all the shit on you.
Gotcha.
And he does so with, like, a lot more, he has a lot more shit to throw at you in Savage mode. Gotcha.
Okay, well, in that case, I might do it specifically with what... I feel like what I would do in that case, because they have the NPC hunters, and that's also credit to Capcom, because I don't think I've seen anyone talk about. Well, I have. I don't know how much NPC hunters were a thing before Wilds. I haven't seen any in the games I've played through, but I specifically like doing solo plays. But
yeah,
like,
they were kind of like a bigger deal in Rise.
Gotcha. Yeah, they were in there,
You
weren't
remember
they?
like the
Yeah.
yeah, your friend knows.
But I do like Rise, and I do like the
Which
characters.
was a cool way to do that.
Yes.
I will say. Because you actually had connections to those people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But is the village Kuma? Is that what the village in Rise? What's its name?
Why I want to say Kimura, but I don't know if that's
It
right.
is Kimura. I always just shorten it to Kuma, and I'm like, well, that's the bear man.
It's Bear.
I know. Fuck, it could be okay. Fucking. Have you seen the chief? Still, look at him.
I have seen the chief.
Yeah, fucking.
I have looked disrespectfully.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah, it is Kimura. Fucking his village could be named Bear in Japanese, and it would be incredibly fitting. So. Anyway, so I don't think you're gonna be able to see the collar on Wukong here. Anyway, but yeah, no, I think Wilds really stepped up their NPC hunters from that initial tryout in Rise, because they do shit in Wilds. Like, I remember one of the first things I saw pointing out how good they were, and it's like, hey, so when I was doing a quest with the MP, I think it was with Olivia, and by the way, speaking of looking, Olivia. Anyway, but like, I was doing a quest in Wilds with the NPC Olivia, and I put down a barrel bomb, and she put down a mega barrel bomb, and I was like, Olivia? Like, specifically being like, not only do they know player strategies, they are good at them. And I even heard that when I looked up about, like, Omega. They're like, yeah, there's solo Omega with just NPC hunters, and then there's, like, true solo, where it's just you. So I feel like maybe if I ever did Savage, I'd be like, okay, we are going to start having one NPC hunter with me, praying that is enough to take some fire off, and then see how we go from there. But yeah. No, I feel like that's even more, because if it's just like it has the health for 4 people no matter what, which I'm already expecting, that's one thing. But if it's just like, no, it's not even really feasible because of like this one specific interaction, which when Omega gets low on health, it pops 4 buttons out which need to be pressed simultaneously, so you need 4 people. To some degree, I almost wish that was hard-coded in a bit more, just because, you know, the point of designing it like that is it's Final Fantasy. You're supposed to do this one with a party specifically, but I mean, I'm the person who likes doing solo hunts, so fucking no, I don't know what I'm complaining about. So. Also, is Savage specifically the version where it scans Jindahad?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was also going to go on about giving Wild some credit. Not that... Here's the thing. I've been saying this privately. I fucking keep my eye on Capcom, because they haven't done anything super heinous yet, which is, like, in this day and age, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like... I will... I still, in a way, like quote-unquote Nintendo, which is wild for many reasons. Among the fact is I have no plans to get a Switch 2, so there is that. But I'm like, that the Nintendo comes with a big fucking asterisk right there. Capcom, I'm like, don't do fucking anything. But more wild stuff is, I just like a lot of the original monsters introduced in the game. I don't, I do not know how much it stacks against other designs introduced across different generations, but I think it's a solid new roster all around, so good work. I like the mosquito T-Rex and the chicken T-Rex. They're weird guys. I like that I get to say that. It is kind of a bummer that Clematrice is basically the first monster. Chotacabra being... I mean, Chotacabra could have been a raptor. I'm glad he's not. I like having a small amphibian monster in Monster. More amphibians are great. They were some of the best monsters in Monster Hunter, but... He doesn't have an element. He just tries to punch you, so... Stealth. What element would you give Chotacabra?
What?
What element would you give Chotacabra?
Defense down.
he's got that acidic saliva that he gets with one of his moves. Arch
I
tempered.
have decided to ignore your question and give him a status instead.
No, that's fine. That works. We accept that. Also, you were saying, so I feel like I learned about the greatest Jagras just before you posted about that in while replaying some wild stuff. What's the quest in wild that gives you a bunch of rewards?
What?
You were saying there's a greatest Jagras-like quest in Wilds?
Oh, yeah. I don't think the rewards compare to what Greatest Jagras gave you, but they did make a equivalent hunt to where there's like a super fucking hard mosquito T-Rex.
Yeah! Oh my lord! Well, fuck it. Stealth, if you had said that, I would have hopped on that night. I'd be like, what the fuck do you mean? There's a challenge Rumpompolo fight. Instantly. I'm instantly there. Yeah. Yeah, I have to... On top of Omega... I do plan to do Omega, then Gog, but I gotta make sure my equipment's up for... I am soloing Gog. That is not a question. He is not alien technology. He is an Elder Dragon. And I have killed better Elder Dragons than him, so... I'm not trying to brag too much, but... I got to Crimson Fatalis in Generations, almost by accident, really, because I just wanted to kill normal Fatalis. And when I looked up soloing it, I literally saw someone on Reddit, it was like, oh, I don't think you can solo that one. And then I did it, so... Not only did I do it, I did it twice in a row. I repelled him, and I was like, well, that technically counts. And then I did it again, because I thought it was the thing. Where it's like, oh yeah, you know, it keeps that damage. Fatalis does not keep that damage.
No, it's not the thing.
But...
I can see why you would get that confused.
Yes.
He's covered in oil, the thing's covered in rocks.
No, that's because Magios. I'm talking about Fatalis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Fatalis is covered in Fatalis, which is, really bad.
Yeah, not good. But fucking... But then I was like, well, he didn't keep the damage, but I'll try anyway, and then I killed him. So, like, am I good at video games? Probably not, but I am stupid, which is sometimes enough. I'm not working on this very fast, but I don't know, man. What do you want from me?
I don't really need anything from you.
Really?
Yeah.
It's okay that I'm a Slows Comics man?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Stealth. I appreciate it. In honor... Next week will be Stealth Week. Reanimal, and in between those two, some Wilds to get myself... I don't know if I'll have to grind more for Planetist and GOG.
Probably.
Probably. I want to keep. I like. Oh, go on.
But you're because of the transcendent system.
Oh, you're right.
Were you saying that you want to keep your armor set that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. What I was going to say is that specifically, what I want is I want to be able to make armor sets that work together without needing layered armor to look like somewhat good, and then also two, I like using Rathlos and Rathian sets just because, you know, they're in every game, and I like that Rathlos gives you attack up most of the time. So, you know, find some stuff I can do with that to that will help me with GOG and plan a test. So I imagine I'll have to grind Legiacris specifically for, you know, electric weapons, because I don't know what the highest electric weapon I have in that game. I like using poison. I was surprised replaying Generations. I was like, does poison work on everything? The answer is yes. So, do you know how you've been hit by that Rathian backflip basically every time it's happened? Guess what?
Oh no, I parry that shit.
Well, what about before parrying was introduced, huh?
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 Well, what about what?
What about before parrying? I don't think back to those times.
Perfect blocking too.
That is true. I was about to be like, I don't like wilds, but I don't remember a time when I couldn't parry. So, I don't know why I play Monster Hunter, actually. Oh.
Like, I mostly play Sword and Shield now.
That's fair. But anyway, fucking... I was just gonna say, it's like...
It is, like, probably the best weapon. Anime show.
I hate to tell you something, Stealth. You are hard agreeing with Old Man Pig there, so...
Yeah, no disrespect to Pig. He has not experienced the depth that I have with Sword and Shield.
I just know, you know. So Stealth loves his strategy.
He's like a more support gear.
That is true. He has actively said that, like, I think even either on my stream or definitely on his own, because he's played a good amount of Monster Hunter on his streams. But fucking effectively, I'm like, oh, no one plays it like I do. I just like putting, you know, widespread and spamming healing items. So.
Right? Yeah.
And you want to know something? He's even more based for that, because it's like the complete opposite of player who joins Hunt and like knocks everyone back with their big ass weapon. He is actively carrying the team by forcing everyone to stay alive, so. Pig, we salute you. What was I just thinking of? Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, it's like, well, now you can hit every monster ever with a Rathian tail swing by just crafting that switch axe. I learned Rathian switch axe isn't in base game world, and I was like, wilds. I was like, what the fucking Rathian is right here. Why the fuck is the switch axe not here? That's crazy. Crazy, I say.
That's just crazy.
Rathian switch axe, good.
Break the wyvern's back. Break the wyvern's back.
Get up on the wyvern's back. Get up on the wyvern's back. Yes, Lord, honestly, it would just be based if, for the DLC, and I spent a lot of Monster Hunter Wild stream talking about what they'd add. And honestly, I wasn't really disappointed. They added Legiacris, they added Mizu, I love Mizu, and they added GOG. So, Steve, a lot of people like Steve. I could take or leave Steve, but...
Yippers!
Rest of them. Mosh for Blood? That's an incredibly violent name, but I appreciate it. But, what was I thinking of? But yeah, so, in terms of stuff they added in updates, I'm not totally upset, but for DLC, it'd be great if they're like, hey, we didn't feel like writing a second story, so instead, here's an airship, we got some new locations for you, like fucking 30 new monsters, have a great time. Have a good time. Go hunting. I would take that and I'd say thank you, Capcom. But I will say, just because it's fresh on a lot of people's mind, the fucking VA for Mega Man from Mega Man 11 has not been able to come back for dual override in the next 2 years because apparently Capcom didn't want to sign a union contract, which I don't like. No reason to like that or defend that whatsoever. Literally the only positive spin I can put on it is right now I'm just hoping they're not putting AI bullshit in the game. Or any game, really. So... I hope it's literally just Capcom being like, no, we don't want to do Union stuff. We want to do Capcom stuff, which you should always do Union stuff, but you know. As long as Capcom stuff isn't AI, then... Right now, I'm still probably gonna get that Mega Man game, but you watch yourself, Capcom. There are fucking... like... There's like 6 Monster Hunter games and 11 Mega Man games I can play without giving you a cent, so... I will do so. Hey, Stealth! I forget what it's called.
Hello.
You know the fucking random-ass maze from Monster Hunter 4? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Maze?
Yeah, it's like a forest. And like... You basically just go from one area to another in it. Yada yada yada. This is not ringing any bells?
Like find Poogie in it?
Yes.
Stuff?
Yes.
I don't remember what it's called either.
Gotcha. I was gonna ask your thoughts on it because I'm not really a big fan, which is probably one of the reasons I really put Monster Hunter 4 down before I did any like high rank stuff or anything like that. But No, that's not Primal Forest. Yeah, it's not it. I don't know, I don't care. I do just tend, like, I think my biggest problem wasn't that it was there. It's that, like, it's the only place you can find some monsters. And I like hunting in, like, a location. And, like, that place was, like, literally, like, you know, like I said, randomly generated at all points. And the map was just, like, it was like fucking a Mario map where it was dots connected by a line. And I was like, well, this isn't a location. These are dots. What is this? A Monster Hunter map for ants. Returning from Wild DLC. Goble.
Yeah, I don't know how they implement him outside of water.
That's well, I was gonna say he does stuff outside water. He does not do a lot outside. He is mostly fought underwater. So, and like Lagiacrus in Wild does have an underwater section, but it is not. It is not robust enough to handle Goble, who would mostly be fought underwater. So, because he just kind of waddles outside. They might as well add Nibble Snarf instead, but I've been saying that. So. Yeah, Nibble Snarf. Yeah. Yeah, I got the Snarf. No one cares for the fucking Starbelly Sneeches, but damn if we don't love our Nibble Snarf around here. I don't know, because I think it was in 3. I do really, when I played Monster Hunter 3, I really liked it. I don't know if that's the only game where you can fish Nibblesnarf out of the sand. There was never a point in Generations where I was like, ah, this is the place I can do that. So then it was just Sonic Bombs and barrels, which is still fun.
Is that not behind them?
What's that? Oh,
No,
in your hunt.
Behind.
I thought you were saying, can I just sneak up behind Nibblesnarf, grab him by the tail, and pull him out?
Was I not behind him? There's a specific part of this hunt where I was supposed to be behind somebody to dodge something, but
Gotcha.
Apparently I wasn't, and I couldn't visually tell.
That is upsetting. Yeah, you know, like, I said this before. That is, unironically, I feel, a problem with, like, games as they go for more photorealism. It can make certain objectives harder to see. Fucking... I cannot tell that item is interactable. It looks exactly like everything else in the environment, which is not interactable at all. So... Was I just supposed to start clicking on everything? Why? That's why I'm a big fan of yellow paint, unironically. I laugh whenever I see yellow paint in video games. It's very fun. Still, thoughts on yellow paint? Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The hunting's going well.
How did that not... Okay.
Yeah. I was also thinking earlier today. It was definitely Monster Hunter 3 that was like, I do like Lagiacrus is the thing. He's a good monster. I feel like I didn't like him at first, in part because he reminded me of Zinogre, what with being electric in the color scheme, and I originally fought him in Generations, and you know, he doesn't really go underwater in Generations. But no, he's great. I still don't like Zinogre though. He breakdances on me, and I don't enjoy that. Stop it. Stop busting it down sexual style on my body. And teasing me. It's unfortunate, because, like, you know, I got through base Monster Hunter World without fighting as an ogre, but I do know he is an Iceborn, so...
God.
I do wonder if I would like Zinogre. Well, I was gonna say, would I like Zinogre more if he was like expressly a wolf instead of scaly for some reason. But you know, Rajang is similar in that he is a pretty tough, you know, lightning user, and he is a fanged beast, and he breakdances on my body too. So Honestly, I wouldn't even say I have anything against Rojang. It's just sometimes I feel those punches through my screen. and I'm like, I would prefer if I was not fighting him right now. I'd prefer to be fighting anything else at this moment. I've definitely never seen a quest for a Furious Rojang and thought, ah, this will be a fun time. So. He's strong monkey. I fucking love this Mario Kart like mix I put on for stream. Specifically has the world menu theme on it. Because here's the thing, that is a bop. I think I should put this elsewhere. You know, I was thinking not too long ago, I was wondering how, you know, old comic places, old comic studios would be able to get, like, decently straight lines in their panels and stuff like that when going from, like, penciling into, like, putting it on the page. Because I try making straight lines in my hand-done drawings, but they often come out at an odd angle when I try to put them into like the computer and stuff, so that's one reason I can't just like draw at work. It'd be like a comic, which is unfortunate. Help if I could just draw on my break. Stealth, I don't think I asked you this, and we were talking about this before. What's your favorite Elder Dragon?
That.
Is that like choosing a child?
Kind of.
You like fighting them all so much?
I don't like Kushala. We can get rid of that one.
I didn't understand what's so bad about Kushala, but that's because I fought him in like Rise and World before ever fighting him. Like I think I fought him like once in Generations, and I was like, yeah, that was whatever. And then I fought him again, and I was like, oh, I get it. Honestly,
yeah, fight the AT version in World.
Yeah, so. Oh, that'll be fun. I'm sure that'll be a good time. What was I thinking of? I mean, I just...
is it literally impossible to reach the tail? Where he's at? Because he's just too fucking big?
Are you still fighting Legiacris, or is this a different one?
No. This is Gugmazio.
Oh.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, he is a big fella.
Damn.
Gugmazios is on the chopping block as well. Instantly demoted. I want to say my favorite would be Chameleos, but in my heart I know it's Fatalis. And that might be a basic bitch answer, but I don't care. That's what makes Fatalis great, so. Heck, Fatalis isn't even in that many games.
I have to agree.
What's that?
So yeah, I kinda have to agree.
That's a basic bitch answer?
No.
Oh. That Fatalis is one of your favorite Elder Dragons?
Well, yeah. I mean...
yeah, he's cool.
Elder Dragon to end all Elder Dragons.
Exactly. I also, like, I mean, like me and Oak were talking about
One of the
this.
few monsters that are like rare and strong enough to be classified as a black dragon.
Exactly.
Like
Well,
some of the coolest monsters in the entire franchise. Like
I was gonna say that like me and Oki were talking about this, and you were like disagreeing, and so it's like no, like it's okay that there's like this many elder dragons that they introduce more. Like black dragon is kind of the rare class, and like I wouldn't completely agree with that, but I do think it's cool that Fatalis, for being like that simple design and like the end all be all boss of the original Monster Hunter, like again,
it's the inversion of the extremes of the other monsters.
Yeah. Well, he's not even in that many games. He's in like 3 mainline games, so he is legitimately pretty rare. I do like I when I was playing World, they're like I was saying I might like Wilds more than World, but in terms of just like the baseline, because again, Iceborne is a big deal and Wilds doesn't have a DLC. But I do like that when Kushala showed up, they're like, yeah, that's like the most common Elder Dragon. You might have seen one already. Like that's funny. So Gogmagios is actually the rarest Elder Dragon. This is the second time he's been sighted, even in the story. So take a picture, it'll last longer. Yeah.
The Lumenhelm Festival.
Any particular Elder Dragons you'd want to come back in Wild Stealth that you're like, he hasn't been around. Give me the Elder.
Oh, or like specifically, does it have to be like ones that haven't been around?
No, just one you're just like, this would be great if it was back.
I think Chameleos is funny.
Yeah, Chameleos is great. Chameleos, to be clear, Chameleos deserves his classification as an Elder Dragon, but also, I think a large amount of that is just because people literally cannot see him. If more people saw what Chameleos looked like, they'd be like, that can't be an Elder Dragon. Surely not. I already fought Teostra and fucking Kushala. There's no way this thing is on that level. Yeah, he is great. Lord. Honestly, if they were gonna bring back two kind of like lower level Elder Dragons for Wilds, I think Chameleos and Kieran would be great. Specifically, if they could just wander around the map, like different maps, and be like, well, fuck it, I don't know where they went. They just started going. One of them ran like lightning, the other just disappeared. They're gone. I would dig that.
The Lumenhelm Festival seasonal armor is really pretty.
Hell yeah. Is that for spring, or is that for just...
That is winter.
Aw. It is technically not the end of winter yet. It is warmer here, but...
Oh, well, no, this is part of the, sort of like the final update thing where they were doing all the festivals in succession.
Ah, that's cool.
So, this is, this is the end of that, the last sort of week of that.
Gotcha. That's okay. One thing I like about...
That's why I got back into the game, to, like, catch up on stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess I'll miss that stuff, so... I'm not about to force you to play with me if you're, if you're done after that, but I will say that is something I do like about, picking up World and Generations long after, like, live updates are done. It's just like, you load in and it's just like, look at all the stuff that's already here! A bunch of fucking quests and yada, So... I never mind that. But that's me. I've never been Monster Hunter remains built different, but just in general, I'm not a big fan of like live service shit, I do not care about a game needing constant online support to be cool. Stealth, do you still have your Sega Ethernet cable?
No.
Oh, well, you needed that for the next Wilds update, so... I'm sorry about that. And here's the thing, they were getting rid of Nada. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
I have abandoned my fear of planes. I'm booking a trip.
You're looking at shrimp?
Booking a trip.
Oh, booking a trip. Oh, okay. You said you were looking at shrimp. And I was like, I mean, if that's what calms you down, you know.
What would that have to do with me abandoning my fear of planes?
No, just fucking... Shrimp have calmed you down enough to get through. If stealth can only get through a plane flight if we have an iPad and there's a stimulation video, but not just any stimulation video, specifically one where the little dancing creatures are shrimp. I like to live in the
As a shrimp NPC.
You're welcome. I'm very much looking forward to the next Amazing Digital Circus. That's not a week, a little over a week from now. 9 days.
I have a feeling it's gonna be the trauma episode. Not that any other episodes has not been the trauma episode.
If anything, I think it's more gonna be the drama episode. You know, where it's like, oh shit, you know, like fucking in any reality TV show, where like they build up tension, mostly fake tension, in the background for like 3 episodes, and then
This was not fake tension.
What's that?
This was not fake tension.
Yeah, no, not at all. And then in like then in like one episode, there's like a big fight or what have you. They're like, oh, I think this is gonna be the big fight, and like I do mean that, not in that like they fight Kane. No, like literally they have a fight. So I also think Bubble's gonna be more insane, which I'm really looking forward to. So I still like Kane. I think Bubble's probably risen to my favorite though. So you should throw a freaking beach party.
Fucking beach party.
Good boy. Big hands. Explain to Daddy Bubble why bad. You know, Stealth, I'm gonna say something, and you might disagree with me here. Don't be mean online. Because, if for anyone who doesn't know, people were being mean to Gooseworks for saying that Jax and Pomni are the main characters of Digital Circus, which they are. And she's like, yeah, I don't really like the show anymore. So
That's kind of tragic.
yeah. So just in general, don't be a dick online.
Like, I mean, it's kind of obvious from the fact that those two characters have had, like, sort of the camera on them the whole show.
Yeah.
But, like, some people are incapable of reading the room, so... Unsurprising.
Jax I would have still labeled as, like, fully an antagonist, but... I mean, fucking... So is Zuko, so I don't think Zack is gonna... I don't think Jax is gonna have a fucking redemption like Zuko, but... You know. You get my point. You can follow an antagonist. You can follow a bad guy, and you know, they're still a bad. That doesn't make them the good guy. They just are the focal point of the story for a bit. That's always fun. Yeah. Also, I gotta say, it's like, I definitely, even in Rivals, I know I've said before, it's like, it's ironic, because I basically do it every match, but I don't necessarily like being like, oh, this rando, but it's impressive new ways they find to just not play the game.
You know what I generally don't do?
What's that?
Without provocation, though? Get into text chat about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's different. And here's the thing. This is what I'm. This is part of it, right? I never respond to that kind of shit. But like, just
I will respond. I will never start it, but I will fucking respond.
But anyway, fucking, even when I'm on stream, like, oh wow, this player we queued with wasn't that good. In terms of like text chat and stuff, I more try to be goofy, silly than anything else. I don't try to have any malice, but that's me.
Oh, fun thing that happened in a competitive match.
What's that?
I
don't think it's gonna be fun. Just for the record, stealth. My guess is that it wasn't actually fun.
We had someone who, like, before bans and stuff, like, in-select DD, like, as their pre-select, and then we had someone who logged C and D.
Yeah.
This is a plat game. And, the Daredevil decides that he wants to try and ban out Cloak and Dagger.
What the oh my lord.
And his exact words in chat were, "Time to take the training wheels off. Let's see what you can do."
Daredevil is a melee character, correct?
Daredevil is like and here's like my point, because like the rest of the 5 of us just immediately turned against him and banned Judy. Like after C&D got banned. No. C&D did get banned.
But well, that's because he was literally
1 vote. C&D got banned.
Oh my lord! I was gonna say that's because fucking well,
like everyone else was voting for like normal bans like Gambit or fucking I forget who the other one was, but like mostly Gambit. And he was like, his 1 vote for C&D was the one that of course got picked. So we all decided to ban him. And I was just like, what were your words? What were your words again? Take the training wheels off. Let's see if you're fucking carried by DD or not. And he decided he just was going to lock BP and not play the game.
Oh my lord.
We still won that game 5v6 though, by the way.
Of course. Well, I mean, you were gonna play that game 5v6 no matter what it sounds like, so.
Yeah. But he like actively didn't move. Like he would just like walk in and like watch the fights and just leave.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's just fucking, it's impressive the ways in which I'm like, okay, you know what, I was being unfair to that person. You know, it is just a game, so like, you know, we'll try again next match, won't get too upset. And then like they like something I could never imagine. I can't do a bit because it's just like can't fucking.
We did get him banned, by the way.
Was that yeah? Oh, just from competitive
like,
in general.
Not restricted, banned.
Good. Well, fucking like like NetEase looks at that and they're like, don't shit talk our characters and then throw the game. Get out of here. Leave. But like yeah, just people surprising me with fucking the way they play Marvel Rivals and how bad of ideas they can have. Also, Trom, it's because even though Yu-Gi-Oh was not meant to sell toys, made to sell toys, that is what it became. So let me just look outside real quick. Oh yes, it seems there appears to be a biblical flood happening outside at the moment, so that's fun.
No, that happened here earlier.
Well, that's Texas. Fuck it.
Yeah, we do be having Kyogre and Groudon fighting in on main like every 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, fucking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you guys have a lot of natural buffers there to stop the floodwaters. It's just like rain starts coming, water starts rising because fucking what's going to stop it? The trees, the cows got rid of all of them. I know it was 70 yesterday. I was riding my bike. I mean, it's 70 here, but now it's thundering and lightning outside, so.
Very, very frightening.
Yeah, which I'm gonna be honest, I do like me a good a good thunderstorm. If it's like that when I'm playing Monster Hunter this weekend, I'll be very happy. But right now it's a little disconcerting. I still have work tomorrow. I'm trying to finish stream here, and lightning doesn't help. Yeah. Hopefully it's nice weather where you are soon, Trom. Stealth, I don't know if you care about the weather, so you do what you want. That reminds me. Fucking, there was this one time Thor threw his hammer to Texas from Asgard just to get Tony's attention, and a random Texan picked it up and got Thor powers for like 5 minutes. This was during a time when anyone could lift up the hammer, which is like part of why Thor was kind of wigging out.
That's concerning.
Yeah, exactly. So, because to be clear, in Marvel continuity, you know, in ancient times. Okay, well, my mom wants me to hop off the computer because of lightning, so I might raid someone soon because it's kind of a slow night anyway.
Wait, really?
Nah. I'm not. Listen, my mom. My mom is someone who was thinking of. Who sees stuff on Facebook and is like, ah, crime is afoot. What was I thinking of? Oh yeah, I was gonna say Marvel continuity. Like, you know, Mjolnir in ancient times wasn't just Mjolnir, it was the hammer Thor had. So like, it was heavy, he picked it up, he used it for fighting. Pretty good. It's Odin's shenanigans in Marvel that made it so that if you're worthy, you can pick it up and then get the powers of Thor. So that's part of the enchantment, is not only is it now almost impossible to pick up, you also get the powers of Thor. Taking the hard to pick up part out of that makes it exponentially more dangerous because...
Exponentially funnier.
No. Oh, is it stopping? Yeah, they just... I mean, I don't necessarily... Here's the thing. I don't necessarily blame her. The reason I was like, let me look out my window is because it got very violent very quickly. So, I was like, what the hell is happening out there? Dangerous weather. I mean, I could say this is another reason I'm like, I gotta find place, but also, I say that and then I get electrocuted living by myself, so. It's not bad to have someone concerned about your safety. Could be a little like, no, it'll be fine, but still. Stealth, let me ask you something. If if we were roommates in a wacky sitcom, and you walked in on me one day as I was inching a fork closer to an electrical socket, what would you do?
Be like, okay, what happened? And then the studio audience would laugh. Because I've now, like, cushioned this moment by making it funny.
New wacky sitcom. 2 roommates, one of whom is always trying to end their life. The other one just walks in and initiates studio laughter. That's it. 5 seasons.
All the names I'm thinking of for the show are profoundly awful.
Really good. I was literally watching, I mean, I fucking referenced it yesterday. I was watching the fucking Game Grumps animate it for their sitcoms with Laura. So, in this new lovable sitcom, my country 'tis of thee. 2 fingers in the ass. I should not be spending as much time on it. Canned laughter from their smartphone. No, the laughter in this scenario is like an omnipotent force, which is what is stopping horrible things from happening at every point. I'm just describing too many cooks now, so there's that. Too many cooks, 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 too many cooks. Stealth, did you know it takes a lot to make a stew?
I've heard.
Takes a lot to make a stew. Pinch and time into. Stealth. For some reason, Mario made me think of more Monster Hunter stuff. But now I have a question. What would you do? What would your feelings be if they announced the DLC? Lots of cool returning monsters, lots of cool looking new monsters. That being said, also Plessioff.
I mean, I'd be fine with that.
You'd be fine.
What?
Hip check a god. You know how it is. Also, you have cut in and out a bit, just in general. And it occurs to me, that could be Swarm shit. I'm just messing with my signals. Alrighty. Honestly, I did not exactly work at lightning pace here today, but I do think I'm going to call a little early. Not just because of storm, but also to go get ready for work. I mean, next week will be filled with considerably longer streams, because at least 2 of them are going to be me and Stealth trying to get through a game. So, I'm going to look forward to that. I hope... Oh my lord. Stealth.
Yeah.
I was like looking at people to raid. Miss Cammy, who it. Oh, okay, that's weird. Anyway, my browser's doing something weird. Miss Cammy, who is a known entity. To at least, I mean, I don't know how much you watch them / other people they know, but she's playing Uno with Ray. So we're gonna raid her. It's a funny Let's Play, man. So,
Let's play.
I would love to be one of those fucking streamers who, for some reason, gets to know Reina Rivera Jr. Because what I would do, not because I'm even like a fan of his, I would just look him in the eye and be like, Ray, I need you to know, I wouldn't know what Let's Play was if you didn't reference it in terms of not wanting to hear it again. So. I need you to know you do this to yourself.
He knows that.
Okay.
He's fully aware.
Okay, good. No one's keeping it alive more than you, Ray. Granted,
And Chibi.
Yeah, that's true. But that's just because Chibi's is
Chibi will not let it die.
a funny little gremlin. Fucking...
Superfan. Chibi
I think Chibi is actually... No, Chibi is like a year younger than me, not a year older than me, but still. I don't think he's too young to have watched like Achievement Hunter when he was specifically doing that bit earnestly, but she is decently young, so I as old as I tend to feel, you know, I'm not. It's just the trauma. So let us raid fun lady playing with Ray Narvaez Jr. So Lord, it's so weird. Webs of streamers are always so weird because I'm always like, who actually like hangs out with each other and who's just doing a collab, and then also like specific.
Yeah, like, where do they get their web powers?
I know. Where do they get their spider powers? It couldn't be from a radioactive spider bite. But also it's like specifically Lythero and Snapcube all stream with the same people. I've never seen them in a room together. So at this point, I'm starting to think they're the same person. I can't prove that, but it's something I'm working on. I'll get back to you guys on that next week. So, I hope you'll join us.
You have to conduct a thorough investigation.
I'm going to dirt you. Okay, I'll be playing all those games by myself because Stealth will be in the hospital thanks to me. Anyway, I hope to see everyone then. Goodbye. Bye.